Last year, I stood here and said that Donald Trump will win the American elections. He has won. Elections will be held in Hungary in the future. Are there any more questions? Good afternoon, my old and new friends. God has brought you here. Welcome back, everyone. We have a great partnership this year. No one in Europe could have put together such a great partnership. Thank you for being with us. Today we have the strongest patriotic, sovereignist, political leaders of Europe. In fact, many of them are here from America. They are the toughest, the most determined, and the most experienced leaders. They are those who have been fighting for their country in international politics for decades. They are those who have been supported by a lot of attacks, violence, and campaigns. There are those here who know that there is no victory without suffering. There are those who know that there is no victory without suffering, just as President Trump's example shows. European liberals and progressives would not be able to bear half of what our leaders endured. They endured, remained firm, stood up if necessary, and won. European liberals would cry from half of the attacks, flee, and hide behind the skirts of progressive journalists. Our leaders not only remained firm, but also carried out fantastic things in their own countries. Here is our friend Matt Schlapp, who is the embodiment of perseverance. He is the embodiment of perseverance. He formed a global brand from the ashes. If this conference is to be held, the world's liberals will drag their ears and tails everywhere, and they will fly backwards. He was the one who recognized during the Biden era that the source region of conservative renewal was in Central Europe. He realized that what we are doing here in Hungary can be done even bigger, in America. He was the one who brought the first European conference of CPAC to Hungary. We can thank him and our friend Santo Miklos for being here today. Thank you very much. And here with us is Irakli Kobakidze, who is the hero of the international patriot movement. He won an election against the entire liberal world. He washed down the progressives. This kind of beating is rare. And in the meantime, he made the biggest economic growth in Europe. And my friends, all of this while the country is 20% under the Russian bear's paw. He did not allow Brussels to bury them in the war. He did not allow them to be the number 2 Ukraine. What a victory! What a success! God-given Irakli. And here is our Macedonian hero, Christian Miskoski. He won the election, my friends, in such a way that the whole of Brussels supported his opponent. He is our capital city, which defends the southern borders of Europe against migration. Long live Macedonia! And today, ladies and gentlemen, Minister Robert Fico will also speak to us. Do not forget that he is among us who are the toughest. He was shot 5 times. He was almost strangled. The rebellious liberal gang shot him 5 times, and today he is here with us, fighting as if nothing had happened. The world has not seen anything like this yet. He is the greatest reviver of Europe. Thank you, Robert, for setting an example for us. And here comes, and will be, Andres Babis, who was the Prime Minister of Czechoslovakia. My dear Andres, what wonderful battles we had in Brussels for years in the long night. We had to fight against the vast majority of the ministers of the Migration Party. Andrés, today, Hungary is a safe haven for migration. This would not have been possible without Andrés Babis. Thank you, and we are waiting for you to come back. And I would like to thank Santiago Abascal, our Spanish hero. My friends, today we have to suffer the most brutal oppression in Spain. It is true that the French and the Germans cannot complain, but what is happening in Spain is unprecedented. If it were a fair competition, Vox would have been leading Spain a long time ago. And this moment is not far away, dear Santiago, the captain of UTV. And I would like to ask you, my friends, to honor Mateusz Morawiecki. He arrived from a real battlefield on Sunday in the presidential election in Hungary. Long live Nawrocki. If you want to know what real liberal democracy is, ask him. Incredible things are happening in Poland. They trample on all European rules and all constitutional principles. And Brussels tolerates this. What does it tolerate? It supports it. What a shame. I have been in European politics for 35 years, but I have never seen such a shameful thing being done by the Poles. By the PIS in my entire life. This is the only reason why the leadership of Brussels should leave. God brought Mateusz. And here with us is Alice Weidel, the wife of the president, who represents the sovereign nations of Europe. Mr. President, your visit is particularly important to us. We all know that our main enemy in Brussels is a German, Herr Weber, Hungarophobic, petty, and a stand-in for violence. And it is good for us Hungarians to see that there are decent Germans who love their country more than Brussels. God brought the president. My friend, we also have a warrior from Austria, Robert Fico. We laid down the foundations of patriots in Vienna to invite him. This great party has been built on this foundation ever since. If it were true, today the Chancellor of Austria would be called Robert Fico. He won the election, but the chancellery was stolen from him. Dear Herbert, it may be that politics is not always fair, but believe me, there is a moral balance in it. Your time will come, and we will have a great celebration in Vienna when Austria returns to its patriotic club. God brought the president, and there is a man here among us who is Europe's bravest warrior. He must undergo extraordinary trials. He never speaks of this. He does not say it because he is modest or because he is Dutch. You know, the Dutch believe that it is inappropriate to speak of personal feelings. Our Dutch hero lives in constant danger, in the shadow of threats. He protects his brothers. There is not a moment of peace, perhaps only here in Hungary. He is at the forefront of the blacklist of fanatics. While he does not get a good word from his left-wing progressive comrades in arms, but attacks. He is a man who does not complain but serves, irregularly and without a shred of decency. God brought him. We are proud of you, Gerd Wilders. And we have with us French, Irish, Middle Eastern Christians, house mayors from Paraguay, Tony Abbott from Australia, all excellent, brave, and wonderful people. I also welcome you. God brought you to Hungary. My friends, what a change in a year. A real civilizational revolution. Donald Trump has won. The Trump tornado has swept the world and completely changed it. He has given hope back to the world. We will not drown in the sea of waves. Migrants will not drown in us. He has given back the hope of a normal life. He has given back the hope of peace. There are many who have helped him. We congratulate those who were there at the fantastic American victory. This is the greatest return of the Western world ever. The one big, beautiful comeback. And what a blow, my dear friends, what a blow to the left wing, which has not only returned, but is doing what it promised its voters. I am also looking at this coldly. Is this possible? Is this not only possible in Hungary? The first 100 days of President Trump are a real serum of truth. Not only for America, but for the entire Western world. You came illegally. Go home. He broke the ginger regulations. He violated the critical procedure. He banned the woke ideology from the army. He fell into the deep state. He blew up the global liberal network. He revealed all the truths we had in mind. He covered businessmen, shadow institutions, money laundering machines, the money laundering of politicians and politicians in foreign countries, including Hungary. Here stands in front of us, without a trace, the entire Soros empire, without a trace of the king. What a terrible sight. My friends, the light is finally shining into the darkest corners. There is a rioting here, in Hungary as well. And here is the new law. Those who engage in politics cannot accept money from abroad. It is as simple as that. And the hope of peace has returned. Let us hope that soon hundreds will not have to die on the front lines every day. Let us hope that cities will not have to be shot to pieces. And let us hope that billions of dollars will not have to be invested in an unwinnable war. Donald Trump's victory and the fall of the liberals is like a dream. The United States can escape, and the American dream can return. But what will become of us? What will become of the dreams of the Europeans? We also had a dream. Our European dream was that if we, the peoples of Europe, unite, there will be no more war. Then we can live in prosperity and security. Let us work together. Let the sovereign states come together and create the world's safest and most developed continent. This would be the European Union, the European integration. But my friends, this dream has been robbed. Brussels has robbed it. CPAC has sold our future. Today, instead of a European dream, we are having a dream of Rome. The people of Europe do not feel safe in their own countries, in their own cities, in their own streets. They have become strangers where they have been home for 20 years. Simple mathematics has taken their cities away from them. This is not integration. This is organized populist change. Instead of European prosperity, companies are collapsing. We pay twice, 4 times as much for electricity and gas as in the United States. Green Deal, the green transition, is killing our economies. It is slowly becoming a parody. And now, when it becomes clear that we have only low-ranking leaders when it is necessary to discuss trade and debt with a heavyweight U.S. president, and there is European freedom as well, things have gone mad in Europe. The most violent power struggle is taking place. They do not know God or man. They are closing Lopend out of the presidential race with a court-martial. They are directing Salvini to court. Under the national security procedure of the AFD, Patriots' events are being obstructed with violence. Communists' left-wing vanguards are attacking the right-wingers. Is JD wants right? Today, in Europe, they are not threatening freedom from the outside, but from the inside they want to decide. And everyone sees that there is a problem. The whole corporate system is shaking and shuddering. We must change it. This is the only way forward. Our opponents are aware of this. My friends, there are 2 plans on the table. One is liberal, and the other is a patriotic plan for Europe. The liberal plan considers the old, cultural-based Christian Europe to be obsolete. They want to step over it. They have been working for decades to fabricate a new identity, instead of Christianity and nationalism. First of all, I remember well, they came with good intentions. Spread your traditions, and then Europe will be the world of happiness and unlimited consumption. Then came, and this is not an exaggeration, that Europe will be the continent of acceptance. And we got to the point where the Belgian-Israeli football matches had to be held in Budapest instead of Brussels. And now, after Trump's victory, here is the new idea. Europe wants to be the protector of the global liberal empire. From America, the liberals flee to Brussels. After Washington, Brussels is their new Mecca. My friends, the biggest problem with Brussels is not the fact that it is ruled by progressive liberal bureaucrats. The biggest problem is that Brussels is a war party. While the United States has finally become a peace party, Brussels is stuck in a war. According to the liberal plan, Europe must be centralized in reference to the war. If it is a war, then even more Brussels, even less sovereignty. According to the liberal plan, Europe must build a new economic model in reference to the war. A war economic model. The war is the engine of the economy in their heads. Common taxation, central management, and a war cash register. The key to this liberal plan is Ukraine. The EU membership accelerated by the Ukrainian state is the perfect vehicle for the reorganization of the European war. The liberal plan leads to a war-centralized and sold-out Europe, where there is no freedom, but there is tolerance. This is the problem with Hungary. Hungary is a free race. Hungary is a free race, and it is difficult for us to move. Instead of tolerance and submission, it rather follows its own head. We also have a plan, a patriotic plan. It consists of 4 points. First, we want peace. We do not want a new Eastern Front, so we do not want the Ukrainian European Union membership either. Second, we want sovereignty. We do not want common taxes, we do not want common credit, and we do not want central economic management, and we do not want our money to be sent to a third country war. Third, we must protect freedom. Fourth, We must restore people's politics, thinking, and freedom of opinion. And fourth, we want to take back Europe from the migrants. We want a Christian culture, national-based schools, streets without fear, and urban districts. We want to be proud of our nations. This is the patriotic plan. Ladies and gentlemen, my dear friends, European politics has been talking for several years about which plan is victorious. This battle must first be won by everyone at home, and then by everyone in Brussels. Last year's European parliamentary election was a brilliant success. If I sum up the three right-wing factions, we are bigger than the LPP. Of course, politics is not only mathematics, but it is also far-sighted. We must slowly, step by step, and surely come to an agreement. By the time for the decisive battle comes, we must be united. But first, my dear friends, everyone must win at home. For the Poles, dear Mateusz, it is Sunday. For the Czechs, dear Andrei, it is autumn. For us, it is spring, and then for the French too, and then we are done. Then Brussels' return to the hands of the patriots can begin. For this, we need America. We need a successful administration of President Trump. We need the dissolution of the transatlantic deep state, the closure of the American Brussels liberal coalition. We need the closure of the American liberal monopoly, that is, the European and American patriots need each other. The mission is clear. The task is not complicated. We must go home and everyone must win their own election. We must only win. The rest will go by itself, like a wheel. After America, we Europeans will take back our dreams and we will occupy Brussels. Let's make Europe great again. Long live Hungary. Long live the patriots. God bless Hungary.